Hey everyone, welcome back to Dry Protected. My name is Eric, and in today's episode, I want to be talking to you guys about the top 2 ways, in my opinion, to trim bulk paint protection film corners. We got this 2024 GMC Sierra Denali Ultimate behind us, and as you can see, I've done bulk hood PPF install just based on this uneven cut of this paint protection film on the hood here. And as you can see, I still got to go around trim all my corners. Now, I've seen multiple different ways online on how to trim corners and whatnot, but I'm going to take you guys over to the whiteboard and I'm going to kind of draw it out on my 2 favorite ways to trim corners, and then we'll come back to the truck and I'll show you both ways in person. So let's get into it. So what I'm going to do, my first way, and this is the way that I most of the time do when I'm trimming my corners on bulk PPF installs, is like, let's say I have an inch overhanging right here. I'm going to come in, I'm going to trim that in half, maybe half an inch. I'm going to try and keep that cut nice and straight, nice and clean. I'm going to come down over here. When I get over here, I'm going to come down, but I'm not going to come all the way down to the paint. I'm actually going to draw out the corner with my knife, just like so. And come back over here. So this is number 1. This is my most preferred way, because this is going to allow me to actually have some material that I can wrap around that corner, which I'm going to show you guys how to do in this video. Now, second way, same thing. Let's say if you have an inch or whatever, I'll kind of cut that in half. Do about half an inch. We'll come back over here, and then instead of giving it that little excess to wrap around the edge, I'm going to come right here. I'm going to go all the way to the paint, and then I'm going to do I'm going to leave a little bit of exposed paint on the corner, which isn't always ideal. And then I'm going to come right here just like so. And I'm going to leave it like that to wrap. This is like the most fail-safe way to do it, but you're also leaving a little bit of exposed paint. There is also a third way, which I wasn't thinking about before, which you could do. Same thing, kind of cut the material down in half. And then you could come straight across at an angle, just like so, and wrap that. This, you have to make sure that the PPF is far enough, either far enough past the paint that when you wrap it around, there's enough material left that it can actually bite onto the paint, or you also want to stop just before the edge of the paint. You're also going to end up with some exposed paint, but this, in my opinion, is going to have like the highest potential failure rate. So let's get out to the truck and I will go over these. Okay, let's get into trimming out these corners. You always want to make sure you got your blade snapper and a fresh blade. I've only snapped off this blade once, so we're good to go. So on these outside corners, we're going to start off with number 2, the area where I go onto the paint a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start back over here, and then I'm going to give myself maybe 1/4 of an inch, and I'm just going to take and trim this. I'm just going to score the film actually. You can see I'm actually using my middle finger as a guide. So we're going to come over here. We're going to come onto the paint a little bit. I'm going to draw out our corner a little bit. So there we go. Now just to kind of show what that corner is going to look like. And there we go. That's our corner. There's going to be a tiny little bit of exposed paint here, but once this is wrapped around and that's wrapped around, you're going to have a nice wrapped corner with very minimal exposed paint. So let's go over here and we will do the other one. So the reason I'm doing over here, I'm going to leave this where I actually have some material to wrap around that front corner, is this is more inside on the front of the front end there, and highly unlikely stone will hit right there, but in my opinion, probably more likely to hit there than out on the far corner. So we're gonna come back over here. I'm just gonna keep trimming. Okay, there we go. And then, so I'm gonna stop right about there. Oh, that's too much. So this isn't the cleanest corner, but you can see right over here, I can take my thumb, I can wrap that around the corner, and then I'm just gonna take a heat gun to it afterwards and get those fingers pressed down. And then tomorrow, before this vehicle goes home to the customer, I'm gonna come back and have a look, and if any of this is peeling, I can just trim this off right over here. In fact, I'm just gonna do it right now. And there you go. So you've got that corner wrapped. Okay, so here we are on the back corner. So as you can see, the PPF comes well past the back corner. So I'm just gonna pop my blade out a little bit, and I'm gonna pinch the PPF right over here. And I'm gonna start right at the very back corner. And I'm just gonna trim all the way across. Once I know that I'm clear from the paint, I'm gonna pierce the film. And then I'm able to just kind of pull the film away just like that. And I know that I've got myself a perfectly wrapped corner. All I gotta do is just put some heat on that with a heat gun, and everything will be good to go. Hope you guys enjoyed that video. That was my 2 ways plus a bonus way on how to trim paint protection film when you're doing bulk wraps. If you guys enjoyed this video, leave a comment down below, hit that like button, and subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned for more paint protection film content coming your way.